The more breaking news coming in. This is based on specific intelligence, a joint operation which was launched alongside the police in Jammu and Kashmir in Basantgarh. A fierce battle. This was a gun battle that ensued and which has resulted in one of our brave hearts who sustained severe injuries, and finally he's come to those injuries. We have Vishnu joining us. Vishnu, this is very, very concerning. After yesterday's infiltration bid in Uri, now another operation that's taken place, and this time in the area that we are talking about, where this operation has taken place, is Udhampur.
Yeah, so this is south of the Pir Panjal range. What has taken place in terms of Pahalgam is north of the Pir Panjal. What this does indicate is that large parts of Jammu and Kashmir are now active in terms of terrorist, encounters. This is one which is an encounter directly between security forces and terrorists. It is taking place in the Udhampur area. Contact was established. There is a gunfight which is taking place. Unfortunately, one of the Jawans of the either of the Indian Army or of the Jammu and Kashmir police, who was injured in the initial exchange of fire, has passed away, has been killed in action, despite receiving the best medical efforts, is what a tweet of the White Knight Corps, which is the 16th Corps which maintains the security south of the Pir Panjal range, is concerned. So what we are seeing, and this is a matter of huge concern, is, terrorist activity both north and south of the Pir Panjal. Remember, in the last couple of years, we've seen many more attacks in the Jammu, Udhampur, Rajouri area, and far fewer attacks in the north. But we've seen that horrific attack in Pahalgam. But that's in the north, in the north of the Pir Panjal range, in the valley region, the greater valley region, as it were. But now we are seeing further terrorist activity elsewhere. So there is a step up, no doubt, of terrorist activity in Jammu and Kashmir.
Right. Of course, what's really concerning here is they're penetrating areas that are considered relatively safe. And of course, what is also concerning is perhaps the local support that they are relying on.
So we aren't aware of any local support per se. These are things which have to be very carefully looked at. In fact, I was briefed on this yesterday, and in terms of the number of terrorists operating in Jammu and Kashmir, there is an estimate that approximately 120 terrorists are there, of whom about 110 are Pakistani terrorists. So therefore, in terms of hardcore local terrorists, the number, my sources indicate, could be quite minimal. That said, what are the links between terrorists and places where they live or they stay, or whether they are forcing local people to provide them food and refuge? These are larger issues which need to be looked at. It's difficult to get an exact fix on any of this. All we can say is that these are terrorists. They are, and as we know for decades now, they are operating on the basis of what the Pakistani military, the ISI, their Pakistani handlers order. And this is to ensure that there's chaos in the state of Jammu and Kashmir. This is what we are fighting against.
Absolutely, Vishnu. Very, very trying times. Thank you so much for joining us with breaking news in regard to this joint operation that ensued, in which one of our brave hearts has died, another life that has been sacrificed. Let's